Me, can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl JJ, and I am back with another video. So y'all, I'm coming at y'all with another story time, but before we get into that story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because while we at 11,000 subscribers like that, we just got to 10K, y'all. We just got here. But y'all, I just want to thank y'all so much. I'm gonna forever thank y'all. I love y'all so much, as always. But y'all, let's get right into the story. I don't know what I'm gonna title it, because y'all, I don't be knowing the titles just yet. But y'all, this gonna basically be about a story time, how I went on a mini weekend vacation with my little rich homegirl. Okay, so y'all, this story takes place back when I was up in high school. Okay, so around this time I was hanging out with this girl, and we're gonna call her, she was my best friend. I think we should just keep her name. Her name was Cha Cha. Like, I had named her, her nickname for me that I named her was Cha Cha. So yeah, y'all, that's probably what we just gonna keep her. So Chacha had a friend named, and we're gonna just call her Sarah. It's just given Sarah. And yeah. So she had a friend named Sarah, and they was actually like best friends. But like when me and Chacha started hanging out, her and Sarah kind of was like they were cool, but they weren't, because Sarah will always choose her boyfriend over like Chacha and any other friend that she did have. So they kind of wasn't hanging out as much. Hence, you know, me and her hanging out a lot. So one day we all ended up just hanging together, all three of us, for like, I want to say this was probably like the first time. I would always hear about Sarah, but I didn't pretty much know anything about her. But of course, at school, people had the rumors that they would say, and they basically would call Sarah, you know, like basically saying she was the type of girl that, you know, get around the school, basically. So, yeah, but me, y'all, I'm the type of person, I don't care what you do with your body. I don't care what you do. That's your business, not mine. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm still going to be your friend. So that's basically like how it was. So we all hung out, and I was just like, okay, Sarah is cool. This is what I'm telling Chacha. I'm like, she is really cool. Like, I like her. So I don't know how, but y'all, me and Sarah started like being cool, and we would like hang out too. So if Chacha didn't come to school, I would just hang out with Sarah. Well, she would be with my other friends too, but it would be times where it would just be like one-on-ones with just Sarah. And like, she was really cool. We would like text and stuff, and I thought she was a really cool friend. Like, I really did. So one day I had went to her house, and that's gonna be a whole nother story time, but I had went to her house, and basically I was just like hanging out there, y'all. She had a lot of snacks in her house, and I don't know what it was about, you know, people with a lot of snacks in their house when I was in high school. But y'all, there was like the kicking houses to me, because it's like, oh, y'all got a lot of snacks. And I'm not saying I didn't have a lot of snacks, because y'all had a lot of snacks too, but it was just something about the people that just had a lot of snacks at their house, and I just love being at those type of houses. So yeah, I went to her house. She basically had made me a Myspace, and then she was telling me about a trip to her grandparents' house. Her grandparents were, I'm gonna say, rich. To me, I feel like they were rich. They had a big old giant house. Yeah, so basically she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be going. And then it was like out of the city that we lived in, so it was like a couple hours away, maybe like 2 hours away. So she's giving me more information, and she's just telling me like, yeah, it's gonna be super fun. My grandparents are cool. They have a guest bedroom. That's where we'll be staying, and we could swim in the backyard, in the lake. And although I wasn't into swimming in no lakes, but I'm just like, okay, girl, this sounds super fun. Like, yeah, I want to go. I'm going to ask my mom as soon as I get home. So she's pretty much just giving me more information. And at this time, Chacha was going to be with her dad over that weekend, so she wasn't gonna be able to come, which was cool. Like, we weren't the type of friends where it was like, oh, no one-on-one hanging out or nothing. Like, we was none of that weird stuff. Y'all, this was around the time where social media was popping, but not really like that, because she ended up introducing me to MySpace. So it was like, I didn't even know about the internet world, y'all. Like, I really didn't know too much. All I knew about was like Black Planet, and like pretty much probably just like Black Planet. I'm super hyped. I'm super juiced. Her dad ended up dropping me off at home, and you know, I instantly go tell my mom, like, Mom, can I go to my friend Sarah's grandparent house for the weekend? Like, telling her pretty much everything that Sarah told me. And I'm like, here's her dad's number. You can call her dad and get more information. But this is like, you know, like, Mom, I really want to go. Like, this sounds so fun. So my mom, she was really cool. My mom trusted me. Like, she would let me go to my friend's house. She didn't mind none of that. Like, she let me pretty much, I don't want to say do what I wanted to do, but my mom was, she trusted me, which was, you know, I was an angel. Me and Sarah, we just like talking about it, and I'm just telling everybody like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Sarah's grandparents' house with her. She said it's a lake in the backyard. They got boats, they got this, they got that. Like they rich, like y'all. And I'm super hyped, y'all. Like I'm super, super excited. So I'm pretty much telling all my friends like, yeah, I can't wait. This gonna be super fun. So we finish off the school week and then Friday comes. The plan originally was for me to get all my stuff and then make my way to Sarah's house. So I was just like, okay, I'll just have my mom drop me off. Sarah didn't live too far from me either. So it probably would have been like a 5 to 10 minute drive. So y'all, I packed up all my stuff, my bathing suit, because I knew it was going to be, you know, I wasn't going to get in the lake water, but I knew I was going to stand by the lake water. So I did want me a little bathing suit because she did tell me, make sure you pack a bathing suit, you know, pretty much what I would need for our festivities for the weekend, y'all. And we had so much planned. Like, we really had like this little, I swear, it was like just this fun little weekend just planned. Y'all, I get to her house and she pretty much just told me like, oh, my grandparents is going to be here in like an hour or two to pick us up. So we just going to relax, you know, probably just like check your Myspace and stuff and do stuff like that. Because y'all, I didn't know much about Myspace. Like I didn't know about it. She really introduced me to Myspace and she made my profile, all of that. And at the time I had a picture, but my picture probably it wasn't the best type of picture. I'm going to tell you right now because yeah. So she was just like, yeah, just like check your Myspace, get some snacks if you want to. We just gonna chill. My dad's at work. He'll probably be here, maybe not, but you know, like just chill. Cause y'all, it's crazy because I really feel like she just kind of like lived in that house alone because her dad was never really home. He was always at work. Like I swear, like when I think back on what her dad looked like, I really cannot even really tell you what this man looked like because he was never at that girl's house. Like he was never at home at all. So y'all, I'm just chilling. I'm on Myspace. I'm back and forth in the pantry. I'm getting snacks. Like I'm living the life, okay? I'm having me a good time, okay? So then I'm chilling in her bed. We just like talking, listening to music, gossiping, talking about people. You know, she's telling me about her boyfriend because at this time she was dating this boy. And I don't feel like, I don't know. I'm going to just tell y'all. So Sarah was white. And she loved her some black boys, okay? So her boyfriend at the time was this black boy. And I knew of him, but I really didn't know much about him because he was a little bit older because he had like a car. So he had a van with a bed in it. And I guess they used to do the do in the bed. And at this time, I was a virgin, so I didn't do none of that. So I was just like, you know, like, oh my God, girl, like, your man is pulling up in a Scooby-Doo van and y'all getting busy in the back. Like, what? Like, I don't know, y'all. I wasn't judging her, but I was just like, that's crazy. Like, girl. So, yeah, she's telling me about her boyfriend. And she's like, yeah, when we get out there, like, he goes wherever I go. So, he already knows that that's where I'm going. So, he's going to meet me out there. And you can meet him if you want to. But she's just, like, pretty much just, like, telling me about her boyfriend. So, I'm just like, okay, girl. Like, that sounds cool. But I'm just like, you gonna sneak out? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna sneak out. And y'all, listen, I was not sneaking out. I wasn't that type of girl. Like, I ain't played it. I'm not sneaking out of nowhere because, like I said, my mom trusted me. So if I wanted to go somewhere, I would just ask my mom. Like, I wasn't finna sneak out the house. Like, I don't know. I was super scary. So we just like talking about it, and then her phone ring. It's her grandparents, and it's like, oh, okay, like we're outside. They ended up coming in, helping us with our bags. Sarah introduced me to them, and you know, of course, they were super sweet. Like her grandparents, some sweet people. I will say that they were super sweet, super nice, super welcoming. So we get in the car and we're heading to this city. And y'all, when I say on the ride there was just like, I'm that person that looks out the window and just like enjoys the scenery. Like that's me. So I'm just looking like, oh my God, like it's super this is a nice little drive. I'm just in my own little world happy. So we actually get into the city, and y'all, when I say the city was so beautiful, it was just giving rich people, okay? Rich people. And I'm just like, girl, your grandparents got money, okay? Like they ain't playing. So we ended up arriving to the house, and when we got to the house, y'all, it was this big, giant house. I mean, this is like the biggest house that I've ever seen and been in. And they're giving me a tour around the house. Like I said, they were super nice. They're giving me tours, and it was just like, okay, well, this is the guest bedroom, and this is where you guys will be staying. When I say the guest bedroom looked like a hotel, it was super nice, y'all. They're showing me all the rooms, the living rooms, and then they show me the backyard. Y'all, I still have never seen anything like this. Like, I yet to see this type of stuff like in real life, real time, ever again, like me being there in that moment. So I'm looking in everybody's backyard. So instead of original, like, you know, like a regular backyard that people will have with the grass and the fence and all that, y'all, everybody had a dock. Their backyard was a dock. Everybody had boats, and the it was just water. Everybody was just surrounded by so much water. So it was like this big giant lake, and it was just like houses, big giant houses around the whole lake. And everybody just like, I don't know, like, y'all, it's hard for me to even explain because it was just so beautiful, and I had never seen nothing like that ever in my life. So I'm just like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Like, I'm telling her grandparents, like, y'all have a beautiful home. Like, this house is so beautiful. And they're just like, thank you. And, you know, pretty much the tour was over. I ended up going back in the house, me and Sarah, and then we go inside the guest room and we're like unpacking our stuff and we're just like talking and stuff. And I'm just like super excited, like, girl, this is a nice house. Like, I ain't expect for your grandparents' house to be this nice. And she's just like, yeah, I vacation here. And I'm just looking at her like, you vacation here? Like, what? Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I was really just flabbergasted because I'm just like, wow, like, I want to live a life like this. Like, I just knew when I got older that that's what I wanted. Like, I wanted to live me a life like this where I had a big old giant house and my backyard was a lake. Even though I don't play with that lake water because I can't see the bottom. We ended up going to the grocery store. So out there in that city, it was just like wearing bathing suits to the store was normal. Like, when I say normal, it was just like normal. Everybody literally had on bathing suits. I don't know what kind of city this was. I really don't. All I know was just rich people all around. But we ended up going to the grocery store with her grandma with bathing suits on. I don't know why, y'all. I really can't even think why, but I just know that we had on bathing suits inside the store, and like other people did too. Like, it was normal. Like, nobody was looking at us crazy. And even though we had on bathing suits, like, we had the tops with shorts, so we just didn't have tops and bottoms just walking around like that. Like, we had on shorts and stuff. But I'm trying to think, I don't know why, but we ended up, so after we left the grocery store, we went back to the house, dropped the groceries off, and so at the end of the dock, it was like shopping, like this shopping center, and we pretty much like walked the dock to the shopping center. And Sarah needed another bathing suit. I really don't know why. Maybe the one she had was like too small or something, I don't know. But her grandmother ended up going to have her try on some new bathing suits. So she tried on the bathing suit, and y'all, why her grandma spent $100 on a bathing suit? It was looking at me talking about, Jamisha, do you want one? No, I don't need no $100 bathing suit. Like, y'all, them bathing suits was literally regular bathing suits. But I kind of like was just like, yeah, no, I don't need one, because I didn't need no bathing suit. I had a lot of bathing suits. I really didn't need $100 bathing suit. That sounded crazy. So I'm just sitting there looking like, oh, these people got some money. $100 on a bathing suit. Why? So Sarah ended up getting her bathing suit. We ended up going back to the house, and this is where we were just gonna go get in the water and, you know, just trying to chill. I told Sarah from the beginning that I wasn't getting in the water, but I was open to putting my feet in. So she gets like this big old giant little floaty donut, and she jumps right in, y'all. Like, she literally jumps right into that water and starts swimming like a mermaid. And I'm sitting there looking at her. I'm sitting Indian style on the edge of the dock because, y'all, I'm scared to put my feet in because though I can't see the bottom. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I don't know what it is about me in water that I can't see the bottom. I don't feel safe. Like, I just had this vision of this big giant lake monster coming to grab me and just pull me in by my feet. So I was like super scared to even have my feet in the water. But eventually I kind of like eased in and let my feet in the water, and Sarah is just like swimming back and forth. I mean, she's having her a good old time, and I'm just like cheering her on like, girl, you are so brave. And I'm just like, oh, you can swim. And then also I didn't know how to swim either, so I wasn't finna be in that water. But we just having us a good time. She's just in the floaty, just kicking her little feet, and we're just like talking. I'm on the edge of the dock with my feet in the water, and I'm just like, girl, and I'm telling her about my boyfriend. And at this time, I can't even think of who I was dating. Oh, I know who I was dating. But I don't remember what I gave him a name in the story. I can't remember. So yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, he's cool. Like, I go to his house, we chill and stuff. We watch TV. And, you know, she's telling me about her boyfriend. So that's when she was just like, yeah, my boyfriend's gonna pull up, and we're not gonna give her boyfriend a name. We just gonna call him Sarah's boyfriend. So she's just like, yeah, he's gonna come over later and we're gonna do, you know, it. And I'm just like, really, like in the back of the van? And she was just like, yeah, like it's a bed back there, it's super comfortable. Like some nights we just sleep in the van. I just can't wait to see him. Like I miss him. I was in trouble and my dad took my phone away, so I didn't talk to him for like a good week. So I'm just like super excited to see him. So I'm just like, oh, okay. All right, like y'all, I'm really not even judging her or nothing. I'm just like, girl, you get caught and we gotta go back home, I'm gonna be mad because I'm enjoying myself here. So we swam for like a couple of hours, and then well, she swam for a couple hours. Let me stop saying we. So her grandfather comes outside and he was just like, do y'all want to ride in the boat? And Sarah's just like, oh yeah, I could do the jet skis. And I'm just like looking at her like, girl, what is jet skis? Like what? Like I don't know why I didn't, like, y'all, I did not know nothing about water like that, okay? Or tools or whatever people use in the water. I didn't know about that. So she was just like, yeah, we can get on a jet ski. So I'm just like, the jet ski. And she was just like, have you ever been on one? And I'm looking at her like, girl, I'm not even getting in this water with you. What makes you think that I've been on a jet ski before? And I was just like, no. She was like, okay, you have to try it. And I was just like, probably not, but I want to go on this boat ride. Like, y'all, this would have been my first boat ride ever. So I'm just like, oh yeah, boat ride, because her grandfather really wanted to show me around the whole neighborhood. Like he wanted to show me everything. Like he was super excited. So he pulls out the boat, get the boat started, y'all. It was like this nice little boat. Like it was super nice. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is super cool. So we get in the boat. Y'all, I decided to sit in the back because I was just like, well, really, I didn't want to sit in the front. I was just like, yeah, no, like I'm not, I'm going to sit back here. Like it just seemed more safer to sit in the back. So we take off. Y'all, I did not know that on a boat, it goes down in the back and up in the front. If I would have known that, I would have sat next to her grandfather. Y'all, the boat is literally going down in the back, and I am scared because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall in this water. Like I am about to fall in this water. I got the life jacket on because I did have a life jacket, but still, I just felt like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall in this water and that lake monster is gonna come get me and it's gonna be the end of me. Sarah is just back there enjoying herself on this jet ski, y'all. Like she's just like pulled, like I don't even know, like y'all, she's just like having her a good time on like a surfboard, or I don't know if what she was on, but I just know she was on holding this rope and she's just like having the time of her life. And I'm sitting there looking at her like, girl, do you not see me? I am in shambles right now. So y'all, I am terrified. The boat started going super fast and I am terrified. And her grandfather's like trying to show me everything around the neighborhood. But y'all, I just could not take it, and I started crying because I was literally scared. Like I was terrified. And he was just like, I'm so sorry, like I didn't know you were scared. Oh my God. So he was like slowing the boat down. But y'all, I mean, I am dramatic, but I really was terrified. I promise I was. So he was just like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, I just didn't know that it was going to go down in the back and like up in the front. Like, I didn't know that that's how the boat goes. And he was just like, oh, it's okay. So, you know, Sarah's still enjoying herself on this jet ski and stuff. And, you know, he pretty much kind of wasn't going super fast at like he was, so he kind of like slowed down. So we continued the ride, and it wasn't as bad as when he was going fast, y'all. So of course I did stop crying and stuff, and you know, I'm just like looking at stuff because it was super beautiful. Like it was so beautiful. So it was hard for me to just be sitting there boohoo crying while I'm looking at this beautiful scenery. So I kind of just like sucked it up because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fall out, but it does go low in the back. But I'm like, okay, I'm safe, I'm okay. So we're just like looking at everything, and I'm enjoying everything, y'all. I am. I'm still scared, but I'm still enjoying it. So we ended up going back to the house, and Sarah, you know, she's just like, what happened? And I'm just like, girl, I got scared. Like I was terrified. I'm like, I didn't know that the boat would go down in the back. And she was just like, oh yeah, it does go down in the back. Like I should have probably told you to sit in the front. And I'm like, yeah, you should have, because girl, I was terrified. So we ended up going in the house, and her grandmother at the time was making dinner. And so she was just like, yeah, dinner will be done really soon, so you guys just go shower up and stuff and get comfortable, and then dinner will be ready. So I'm like, okay. And I'm just like feeling like the Fresh Prince up in that house. Like, y'all, they really had a nice house. Like one of them houses in, like, I can't even explain it, but one of them beautiful, nice houses to where you don't even want to touch nothing because you afraid that if you touch something, you're going to break it. Like, that's how I feel. So I'm just like looking around, and I'm just like, this is a really nice house. So we ended up showering. I used the guest bathroom shower, and then Sarah, she used her grandparents' shower, or she used a whole nother shower. I don't know. Like the house is big. I don't know how many showers was up in there. So she ended up using a whole nother bathroom. So we ended up getting done at the same time. We have our clothes on, and then we go downstairs to eat dinner. And when we get down there, y'all, they had like this big old table. And I know me and Sarah sat next to each other, and then her grandmother and then her grandfather. Her grandmother brings out all the food. And y'all, this was my first time eating artichokes. Like, this was my first time, but I love vegetables, so I was so open to trying it. So she had made like artichokes and like baked chicken, mashed potatoes, and it was something else that she made. I can't really remember, but I know that artichokes, I think it was a salad. And the artichokes, like, y'all, even though the artichokes looked crazy, I was just like, I want to try this. So yeah, the food wasn't bad. So I'm looking at them eat the artichokes. So I'm just asking Sarah, like, girl, how you eat it? And she was just like, oh, so you just rip it off and then you dip it in the butter and you just like eat like the bottom part. You don't eat the top part. So we're like dipping in the butter, and y'all, it was so good. I fell in love with artichokes. Okay, like I still have a love for artichokes because of me eating it at Sarah's grandparents' house. So I'm just like tearing the artichokes up. Like, y'all, I was really tearing them things up. Like, those was good. And I'm eating the baked chicken. I'm eating all the food and stuff. And the food was done. So everybody, we're pretty much just like talking at the dinner table. And her grandfather, he apologized again. He was just like, Jamisha, I'm sorry again. He was like, I didn't know you were scared. And like, y'all, I could tell that her grandfather really was just like, he sincerely in his heart was like really apologizing. Like, I really felt like he was more sad than I was. He was just like, I'm so sorry again. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, I just, that was my first time on a boat. Like, I wasn't expecting it. He was just like, yeah. He was like, but I'm just so sorry. And I'm just like, it's all right. Like, it's okay. I'm here. We're just all just like having little conversations at the dinner table. And we all pretty much finished up the food. And her grandmother came and she gathered everybody's plates and took them in the kitchen. And she was just like, okay, well, if you guys want dessert, we do have dessert. But other than that, y'all can go back upstairs and just chill and have girl time. So me and Sarah ended up going upstairs, and we were just like, we'll just go get some dessert like later. We don't want no dessert at the moment. We're pretty full. Say thank you for dinner, and then we go mind our business. Y'all, we are on the internet. We are on Myspace. We having fun. We listening to music. Like, we're literally just like vibing. Because I'm just like, girl, I can't wait to tell all my friends about your rich grandparents. So while me and Sarah just like gossiping and just like having us a good time, I was basically telling her like, how do I get friends on MySpace? Because I only had like 2 friends, which was like her and this other girl that I knew had a MySpace. Other than that, I didn't have no friends on there. And she was pretty much telling me, well, you have to take pictures and put pictures on there so that way people can come to your page, and see how your page look and add you as a friend. So I'm like, oh, okay. So she was just like, okay, I'll just take some pictures of you now and we could just throw them on there. I was like, all right, bet. So y'all, at this time, I was really into fashion. Like, I was really into fashion, and I didn't really look at the type of clothing that I wore as me trying to be fast or me trying to be grown. I just kind of just liked what I liked. So I kind of feel like back then I kind of dressed like a Bratz doll, or like a, how can I explain it? Like a Barbie doll, or like just like, I don't know, y'all. Like, I was so into like sweaters and like skirts and dresses and just like into whatever that I saw was cute and I would like it. I would pair everything with heels. I was that girl that wore heels in high school, y'all. That was me. Yeah, I really like to look cute. So I ended up taking this cute little picture, y'all. Like, this picture literally was like my favorite picture of all time. Like, I mean, all time. So I had like this pink little sweater, and I had like my boobs pushed up, y'all don't judge me, and like this denim little mini skirt. So I remember I just sat in the chair and I kind of was like taking different poses, but it was just like this one pose that just, I love that picture, y'all. I'm gonna insert the picture so y'all can see it, but the quality ain't as good as it was before, so it kind of don't look as cute. Yeah, but I will still insert the picture for y'all so y'all can see, what the picture looked like. So yeah, y'all, I was just like, oh yeah, girl, I'm throwing that one up on the MySpace. Yes, that one's going on there. So we ended up putting that as my profile picture, and then ended up putting that like on my page and stuff. So that was pretty much like my second picture on there, and it was cute, y'all. It was so cute. Back in the day, that was a cute picture, okay? So at this time, I don't know why, but I think my phone was off. So I did have a phone, but my phone was off, y'all, my Metro. So I remember Sarah was just like, okay, like it was getting like a little bit later and her boyfriend was gonna come when her grandparents went to sleep. So she was just like, okay, like let's go downstairs and get us some ice cream, come back, watch some TV shows, and then when my grandparents go to sleep, I'm gonna sneak outside to go, do some things with my boyfriend. So I'm like, okay, girl, like, whatever you want to do, I'm not tripping, girl. I'm having the time of my life. So we get us some ice cream, go back upstairs. We just like chilling and stuff, watching our shows and, like in our own little world. Her grandparents end up going to sleep. And so that's when she had texted her boyfriend and was just like, okay, they're asleep. Like, you can come whenever. Just call me when you're outside. And so I was just like, well, what if your grandparents wake up? Like, because now I'm getting kind of scared because I'm like, what if they wake up and they come in here and they looking for you and I can't say where you at? Like, what do you want me to do? And she was just like, I'll just leave my phone with you and you call my boyfriend, like if they do wake up or if they come in here, you could just say like I'm in the bathroom right now or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she ended up leaving the bathroom light on and closing the door. So that way, if they did come at any time, the bathroom light was on and, they would think like she was in the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So her boyfriend ended up getting there. She left me her phone and she was just like, yeah, like call somebody or just like chill, like just, it's okay. Like just do whatever. Keep yourself company. So I was like, all right. So y'all, at this time I was dating this boy. Like I said, I don't remember what I named him, but I called him. He didn't answer because he probably was on the phone with another girl. So y'all, I ended up calling P because I've been knowing P for so long. Like I knew P for so long, y'all. So I ended up calling him and I was just like chopping it up with him, just like, oh, like what you been up to, like what you doing, blah blah blah, whatever. We just like talking on the phone for a minute. So she ended up texting me, basically like asking me like if I'm good, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, just like still just like chilling. And at that time, when I first got her phone, I had called my boyfriend. He didn't answer, and I had also texted him. So by the time I got off the phone with P, he ended up like texting me, and he was just like, oh, like I just woke up. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm at my friend Sarah's house, with her grandparents' house for the weekend. And I'm telling him like, this is a beautiful house. Like they got backyard, that's a lake. Everybody got boats and docks. And I'm like telling him everything. So he just like, oh my God, like that sounds fun. And then eventually we got on the phone. So then we were talking on the phone. And so then Sarah ended up texting me. So Sarah was probably outside for like a good hour, y'all. Like she was out there for a minute. So she ended up texting me. She was just like, okay, I'm coming back in the house now. Like, did my grandparents wake up or anything? And I'm just like, no, they never came in here. Like, you're good. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna sneak back in. So y'all, she sneaks back in the house, come back in there, and she's just like jolly. She's super happy. She's just like telling me like, yeah, girl, like we just was getting, getting cracking in the back of the van. Like we was just having a good time. Like I missed him. I haven't seen him in so long. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, all right. I ended up getting off the phone and then I ended up giving her phone. So basically, she could talk to her boyfriend and, see what was going on or whatever. I don't know. And we're just like laying in the bed. Like when I got a text, because my boyfriend would text the phone. So when I got a text from her, from my boyfriend, she would give me the phone. And I would text him back, then give it back to her. So that's what we were doing up until she fell asleep. So then when she fell asleep, I ended up just like taking the phone and just like texting my boyfriend because she was asleep. So while I'm texting him, I'm just like laying there. The TV is on. She's knocked out and I'm just like texting and stuff. So then she wakes up. And when she woke up, she was just like, give me my phone. Like with an attitude, like, y'all, I don't know what, like maybe she had a bad dream. I don't know what it was. But she was just like, give me my phone. And she like kind of like hit me and then like snatched her phone from me. And I was just like, no, this girl didn't. So y'all, I slapped the hell out of Sarah. I did. I like literally was like, I just smacked her like, girl, what's wrong with you? And I feel like in that moment that was wrong. Like I really do feel like in that moment, y'all, like, oh, that was wrong of me. Like I don't know why, but it's like she hit me first. Like I don't know why she even hit me. Like she could have just been like, oh, like, can I have my phone? Like she really just like woke up with a whole complete attitude. And it's not like I was using her phone and she didn't know. It's like, girl, I was using your phone. Like you had no problem with me using your phone. So like, why are you waking up with an attitude? Like, why are you mad? Like you the one fell asleep on me. Like, girl, you went outside with your boyfriend, left me here. Like, why are you mad? Like I'm thinking I'm a good house guest. Like I'm thinking I'm just, So when I slapped the taste out her mouth, y'all, why she start crying? And when I say Sarah wasn't just like boohoo crying or just tears dropping, like, y'all, Sarah is like literally crying super loud, like loud as I don't know what. And I'm just like, Sarah, girl, calm down. Like, I'm like, Sarah, like, I mean, I slapped her, but y'all, it wasn't like I just like tried to pimp slap her to the ground or nothing like that. Like, it was literally like a, you know, like a, like, you know, when somebody, like a reaction, like just like a kind of like, you didn't mean to do it, but it was just like, you know, like, it was something like that. So yeah, y'all, while she in there crying, I'm just like, Sarah, be quiet. Like, girl, your grandparents is gonna wake up. And y'all, she's crying like, like she's crying like that, but loud, like super loud. So I'm just like, Sarah, like, I'm sorry. Like, oh my God, like, stop crying so loud for your grandparents can't come in here. Cause y'all, I'm thinking like, they're gonna kick my black ass out. Like, they're gonna be like, all right, Miss Jamie, sure, you got to go. Like, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just like, Sarah, girls, shh, shh, shh. And I'm like covering her mouth. Like, I'm like, Sarah, shh. Like, girl, be quiet. Like, stop crying so loud. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, you, like, when you hit me, like, it was kind of like a reaction. Like a, you know, like, I didn't really, like, mean to hit you like that. So she ended up, like, stop crying. And I'm just like, girl, oh my God. So her grandmother ended up coming in the room. And she was just like, is everything okay? Is everything okay? And Sarah was just like, yeah, everything is okay. And I'm just sitting there like, if she tell them that I hit her and they tell me I gotta leave, I'm gonna cry too. Like, we all gonna be up in here crying because I'm having the time of my life. So then her grandma was just like, okay, Sarah, like, all right. And she was just like, she just ended up just going back into the room. Like, Sarah had stopped crying and, you know, like she was like wiping her face and stuff. And I'm just like, no, this girl didn't. So I was just telling her, I'm like, Sarah, I'm sorry, you know, like, I'm super sorry. Like, I didn't know that you were going to get upset about your phone. Like, you didn't have a problem with me using it. I didn't know that you didn't want me to use your phone. And she was just like, it's my phone. And I was like, okay, I won't use your phone anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I won't use it no more. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, I can't wait to tell Chacha on this bitch. I can't wait to tell. Like, y'all, that's what I'm thinking. Because I'm just like, girl, if you didn't want me to use your phone, you could have just said, hey, I don't want you to use my phone. Like, I don't get it. Like, I really didn't understand it. But like, as I got older, of course I understood, you know, like, it was her phone, her privacy, I guess. I don't know. But I guess she didn't want me to use her phone when she fell asleep. I only could use it when she was awake. That was my thought. So I ended up just laying there mad as I don't know what. Like, I remember I was just like so mad. Like, why did she start crying like that? And so we ended up falling asleep. And then the next morning come and I woke up and Sarah wasn't in the room. So I was just like, she's telling her grandparents that I slapped the dog shit out of her. I know that's what she doing. I know it. I just know it. So y'all, I'm just like laying there for a minute. So then I get up, I brush my teeth, I take a shower. And then when I get out the shower, Sarah is in the room. So I'm just like, hey, Sarah, like, you know, like, hey, girl, you forgot what happened yesterday. Like, hey, boo. And she was just like, hey. And, like, she's, like, in her, like, she's, like, in her phone texting, but, like, she's not as how she was. Like, she was kind of, like, acting weird, but it wasn't, like, as bad. But it was still just kind of, like, girl, what's up? Like, we still friends? Like, what's going on? So then she was just like, yeah, I'm sorry about what happened last night. She was like, me and her boyfriend, I was gonna say call him Tyrone, but that's, yeah. But she was just like, yeah, like, her and her boyfriend was like kind of like going back and forth, and he was mad. I guess he wanted her to spend the night with him in the van, and she was just like, no, like, I have my friend upstairs, and yeah, like, I don't want to have to sneak in like early in the morning, like when my grandparents wake up, before they wake up. She was just like, you know, like, they kind of like got into it or whatever. I don't know, y'all. So yeah, that's basically what she was saying, that her and her boyfriend kind of had like got into it a little bit. So she was kind of like upset about that. So when she went to sleep, like, she didn't tell me this, but she was just like, yeah, I was kind of like upset, but I apologize. Like, I didn't mean to, you know, react that way. And I was just like, okay, it's fine, you know, girl, like, it's cool. I didn't mean to react that way either. Like, you good. I'm not gonna go tell everybody at school we're happy. Like, you good, girl. We good. So we ended up going downstairs, eating breakfast. And, you know, we were all just like sitting at the dinner table, just talking and stuff. And Sarah was just saying how she wanted to go out and swim again. So I agreed to go with her. Of course, I was just putting my feet in, so it really didn't matter. So yeah, y'all, we went outside, got back inside the water, and we just like chilled and talked. And she basically was just telling me like how her boyfriend was coming again, like the same night. And I was just like, oh, okay, girl, yeah, when he do come, I don't even want to touch your phone. Like, girl, just take your phone with you. You come back in the house when you feel you need to come back in the house. Because, girl, I'm not dealing with that phone stuff no more. Like, keep your phone. I don't want your phone. You good. Like, I'm cool. Like, you only got one time to treat me weird. Like, one time, okay? But yeah, y'all, we ended up having a great weekend. You know, we put the slap and the hitting, the hand, putting hands on each other. We put, we put that behind us and stuff. And we did stay friends for a while. But yeah, y'all, that is the ending of this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all so much. All right, y'all, bye.